first and last name as well, and I found two possible addresses. I don't know which one is current, so I think I'm just going to have to call both police departments to see where she's at.
Yeah, we have to. Okay, let's get on this right away and get somebody out there.
Okay.
Okay.
This woman thinks she's in a relationship with a tattoo artist and an entrepreneur by the name of Ryan Henry.
He wanted to go to Dubai and he wanted to get married there.
But before tying the knot, Ryan wanted to help Nina out and make sure she's financially secure.
He wanted me to, invest with him so that I could be a millionaire as well, because he's one. So I did. And then he came up with, okay, your ROI, is ready and we're going to have it shipped from Dubai. Then all of a sudden there was this tariff on the gold bars. So they was like, we need $100,000. I'm like, I'm dead in the water. I don't have $100,000. I borrowed $20,000 from my cousin to pay for this, and now I owe her this money.
Is Henry actually in love with Nina, or is he just another romance scammer?
This is unlike any story we've ever heard before. She thinks that maybe a family member is behind this.
It's dark, it's evil, it's so wrong on so many levels.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed. Hi, Catfish team. I believe I have been dating a man from Chicago named Ryan Henry. I met him on Instagram 3 years ago, and since then, he told me he has $5 million in the bank, wants to get married in Dubai, and has promised me an engagement ring. He has asked me to invest with him, and I have sent $30,000 through crypto, $20,000 of which I borrowed from my cousin. I think I'm pretty savvy, but I know there are some red flags here, and I could use your help. Sincerely, Nina.
Hi, Catfish team. My name is Nina.
I just I don't want to laugh at these people because it's not funny at all. But it's like, come on. He wants to get married in Dubai. First of all, you never met him. You never seen him in person. You never FaceTimed him, but you want to get married to him. Okay. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Hi, Butterfly. How are you? Happy Friday. Go ahead.
I am 56 years old, and I'm from in the Dallas, Texas area.
I'm not to know better. Too old. Go ahead.
And I work for a warranty company. We sell home warranties to homeowners. I moved to Texas in 2008. I came here to work after the whole foreclosure thing happened. I was married before. I was married for about 20 years. I completely loved my husband. We went to high school together. We were friends in high school. And I think I met him when I was probably like 15. And we were together until I was almost 40. But I ended up in his voicemail one day, and I found out that he had been seeing this woman on and off for 10 years, and so I was completely devastated. And I thought he was my forever person, and I would have never ever left him. But I tried to deal with it, but I couldn't. I couldn't forgive him, so I divorced him and moved here. And moving here was probably the best decision I ever made in my life.
Shortly after moving to Dallas, Nina met a man who would become her next husband.
I did have one relationship here in Texas, and I was married for about 3 years, but it didn't work out. He didn't want to have any children, and so I wanted kids, and he didn't want to foster or adopt. So when we broke up, that's what I poured myself into.
After Nina's second marriage ended without any children, she decided to follow her heart and open a foster home for boys.
I wanted my own children, but when it didn't happen for me, I asked God to make me a mom, and He made me a mom of many. And that's what I wanted. I raised about 60, but I have three. One of them passed away. He had cancer. He died about.
She seemed like such a sweet lady, but like That's the problem. You haven't been with no one but one person your whole life, and then once you don't have them anymore, you don't know what to do. You just acting silly.
That traveling around the city and going to open mics and performing. And that's it. Those boys pretty much took up a lot of my life. So I love sports. So I like to go to the games and do things like that.
Since shutting the doors to her foster home, Nina met someone online by the name of Ryan Henry, an entrepreneur and a tattoo artist from Chicago.
I was on Instagram and I saw a live.
See the problem, that damn Instagram. It's that damn phone. Somebody's always say it's that phone. That phone is that problem. It's the phone. It really is the phone. The phone is the problem. Goddamn Instagram and stuff. That'd be the problem right there. And you got all of those kids. You should be busy with lots of stuff to do.
To look it up and you don't tell anybody that we're talking and you kind of keep it to yourself because he's a celebrity. I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. So, we talked about just general stuff like working out and his tattoos. We talked about just normal stuff. We used Instagram, we used email, and then he just text messaged me to my phone. He would send me selfies.
So so you ain't think that was a red flag? Oh, I'm a celebrity, so we can't tell nobody we talk. What? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
With the saying together until the end of time.
If you live in a South Carolina zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully.
It was like, if I accept you, they accept you. So I was like, okay, cool. So then that's when it turned romantic. He was like saying that he wanted to go to Dubai and he wanted to get married there and he wanted us to have a wedding and all that stuff there. And I was like, okay, that sounds, romantic. And he was like, what's your ring size? And we talked about rings and he kept saying, I'm gonna get you a ring and how, he was gonna pay for it all and he was gonna like send for my family. I could, is everybody in your family have a passport? And I was like, no, but so I was talking to my family almost 3 years ago about who has a passport, who doesn't. And it was like, why? I just, I want to make a list because, I want us to travel outside the country. So I had my family getting passports and everything.
Although Nina was flattered that he proposed to her, deep down inside, she questioned why.
A lot of people say I favor his mother. So I was thinking, well, is this weird that you like me because I kind of look like your mom? But, some guys like women that remind them of their mom. You
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Did she just say he his mother looks like her and is okay? All right. I don't know. That's weird to me, but I don't know. I mean, I've heard of people saying that you would want a woman like your mom, but not that looks like your mom. That is weird. No, that's not cute.
the bank and some account in Dubai, and that he wanted me to, invest with him so that I could be, a millionaire as well, because he's one. When we first started talking, he was teaching me about crypto and how to invest. And he was like, if you can send me $500, I'll invest it for you. And then I'll let you know when it's ready for a return. So that took almost a year. And then he came up with, okay, your ROI, is ready and we're going to have it shipped from Dubai. Put me in contact with this shipping company. And he was like, they're going to have your two gold bars. Actually, one for me and one for my mother because I put in $500 for her too, and he had me get this anti-money laundering certificate and had me go through all of this stuff. It went from Dubai to Turkey.
Now, you really believe a whole gold bar is only going to be $500? Like, you really believe that? Okay.
Have to send it to Washington D.C. because I had to do an anti-terrorism thing. After my package got to DC, all of a sudden there was this tariff on the gold bars. So they was like, we need $100,000. I'm like, I'm dead in the water. I don't have $100,000. So then he was like, well, let's invest and let's raise the money so that you can get, you know, your package from there. And then he was like, he made it seem like he sent the first 25,000 to them so that I wouldn't lose it. And then one day I just texted him out of the blue. I was like, can you tell me my balance? And it was like, yeah, send me a payment and I'll tell you your balance. That's when I was like, oh, hell no. Who does that?
Nina decided to take a step back from communicating with the shipping company, but then she was hit with a request from Ryan.
Next thing you know, it was like, oh, my account is froze. Can I have somebody cash up you some money and then you convert it into crypto and send it into me? And I'm like, this dude is a millionaire. Why do you need me to? He was like, well, I don't have cash app, and I just did this tattoo and they're gonna send you some money and you send it to me. He was like, well, let me have your wire information, and I gave it to him, and then this.
Hey, that was like red flag number what, 4? If he is supposedly a millionaire, why is he asking you for money? If you have never met him, why are you sending him money? It's crazy.
Years. He had me getting back some tax returns, something like almost $90,000. And I was like, this is not me. I didn't do this. And then the second time it was something like, because remember, it's supposed to be enough money for me to get this package delivered. So he was like, I was like, I'm not following this. I'm like, this right here will send me to prison.
With the promise of a big financial reward, Nina turned to her cousin for a loan to cover the expenses in hopes that all of her investments would pay off.
I borrowed $20,000 from my cousin to pay for this. And now I owe her this money. And I'm thinking,
That's gonna tear her up. Because it's gonna tear her up.
good money, but nobody has $20,000 to lose. Just give somebody. I still haven't told her the truth, and she won't find this out unless she see the video. I don't even know how to tell people. I really don't. I know my family. I could just hear them now. Like, you're so gullible. How could you be so stupid? You want love that bad, you will fall for something like this. And I'm like, this dude sent me flowers in front of my whole family, so they all saw it. I'm like, but I was like, nah, I blew it off. It's nothing. It's just, this guy that likes me. I never told anybody.
It wasn't until Nina saw a recent episode of Catfish that she started getting suspicious of him.
When I saw y'all video on YouTube about the shipping scam and the whole catfishing thing, and I saw that same container that was supposed to be shipped to me along with the money, I'm like, oh my God.
They're going to find a carrier for me. I have this safe, which was in a big box that they would send to you. And I said, okay, I'll wait for it. At first, it showed like it was in Dubai. Then the package supposedly got stopped in Turkey. It's just going to go to Washington, and then from Washington.
I saw that episode too. And it's like they all read from the same exact script. That is crazy. Yeah, that's sad.
Think you're fine after a car accident until this happens. Most people don't realize that even
Talking to him, I blocked him. And then one night I did get a phone call from a Chicago number, but he wouldn't say anything. And then I got a number from the 818 area code. I'm from LA. So I'm like, that's a Valley area code. Like, who is this calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning from an 818 number? And then he was him. And then he hung up and sent me a text. I just wanted to make sure you were okay because I was worried that you had did something to yourself. And I was like, oh, really? All kind of, you know, thoughts went through my mind. Like, why would you choose an 818 number? Or you chose a California number because you knew I would answer it because I'm from California. But for him to choose an 818 area code, I don't have anybody in my family with an 818 area code. So I'm like trying to figure out who's calling me from this. So then I remembered the a guy that I did date, and it turned out to be my cousin's boyfriend. And I don't know, I just something inside me said that maybe it's them doing this to me. At this point, I don't know who.
That's crazy. Wow. I don't know what to say. Then he got the nerve to ask her to say that they're checking on her to make sure she didn't do anything to herself. I mean, you would be the reason that she would have done something to herself. Like, what the hell? This is crazy.
People anymore. People who I thought were my friends, people who are even in my family, don't, like, all of a sudden I'm a bum. And like,
She never mentioned whether or not he had an accent or what did he sound like. Because if it's someone that you would obviously know the voice. And if it's somebody in Nigeria, which it probably is, you would know the accent as well. So, okay, let's see.
because of this. So I was just devastated. And I was like, well, I got life insurance. If I take my life, at least my cousin to get the money back because I made her my beneficiary. I'll never
Oh, that's so sad. Yes. Oh,
just couldn't even I just couldn't even imagine, to pretend to be, somebody that loves me and prays for me and that I pray for, and to be lying to me. It's devastating. I don't want to give up on love, and I don't want to give up on people, but it put me in a really, really, really dark place that I've never been in before in my life. I mean, people are so greedy. And, if they are in another country, they think everybody over here is rich, and we're not all rich. They just don't know. Some of us live paycheck to paycheck, and everybody here don't have a lot of money. And I've never taken advantage of anybody. I've never scammed anybody. So it's a hard pill to swallow.
Stick around until the end, Seekers. We'll
was actually talking to, even that's another. I mean, that's all in itself right there. Why you shouldn't be doing it? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you don't have anything to give. Why are you giving it away? And then there's someone that who's supposed to be this famous rich person. I wouldn't be giving him nothing anyway. First of all, I'm not giving a man nothing anyway. If we're not even together for real, we're not married. He ain't get much anyway. But like, come on, you borrowed $20,000 from your cousin to give to a stranger? That's crazy. It's ridiculous. Really.
confidential and is separate from our YouTube channel. Submitting your case does not mean it will be featured on our YouTube. If you need answers, click the link in this episode's description to submit your case now. We're here to help you get the clarity you deserve. After reviewing Nina's case, Brianna and I sat down to discuss the details.
So she's talking to this man by the name of Ryan, and he promised her 2 gold bars.
Okay.
The other side of this is that she borrowed $20,000 from her cousin and sent it to Ryan.
And then that $20,000 she invested, right?
Right. So she thought the $20,000 was going into this investment and that she was about to receive a lump sum of $350,000.
It's a lot of money. Okay.
This is unlike any story we've ever heard before. She thinks that maybe a family member is behind this.
I mean, the IP tracker is going to let us know, who this person is and what the location is. So that would kind of either disconnect or back her reason of why they.
Right.
Yeah.
There's just a little bit more to this as well. This person that she's talking to filed 2 tax returns in her name, totaling to $90,000. She never went through with finalizing
That's good.
any of that.
That's good.
But it does sound like he has her social security number and her information. And then on top of it, she's living in a hotel right now.
Because of this?
Yeah.
My goodness. Oh, gave the social out. Having to live in a hotel. This is crazy.
Check on her just to make sure she's okay. From what the police had told me, that they were able to visit, sit down with her. She was doing okay. She messaged me back basically saying, thank you for sending them. I'm all right. Weeks had passed, and now she's decided that she wants to figure out what's really going on here.
Oh, okay. So we need to move as fast as we can because we've got her back on board. I'm glad that she's wants to seek some answers here after going through all that. What do we have as far as research goes?
So right now we have phone numbers, this person that she's been chatting with. So she has a phone number for this person. She has an Instagram account. There's also this Coastal CU bank account site that we need to look into. Crypto wallet addresses where she sent funds to. Funds also were transferred out of her Cash App account as well. And we also have a shipping company to look into.
I mean, it sounds like we got a lot of work to do. Let's act fast, obviously, because we want to help our friend Nina here. Let's get to work.
All right.
Over the next couple of days, the research team dug into everything Nina sent over. Once we had some answers, we set up a call with her to give her the truth. How you doing, Nina?
I don't know. I'm okay.
I saw you doing some breathing techniques before you came on.
All right, before they get into who it is, in the comments, y'all drop down in the comments. Do you think it is someone in another country, or do you think it's someone that she knows personally, like one of her family members or an old friend? What do y'all think?
Who do you feel like you've been talking to?
I don't know. Well, I feel like I've been talking to Ryan, but he would always say like, you are deep down in your heart that you're really talking to me, and I'm like, I don't trust my heart, so I don't know.
So your heart is telling you, you're in love with this guy or you have feelings for him.
I do. I have feelings for him. It's hard to talk to somebody every day for, a while and not feel anything. Well, I'm not built like that.
What do you think about the money situation? You're, borrowing money and
Not more I was always about investing. Now that really got me messed up because I can't believe I fell for that. I know better. Well, at least I thought I did.
Are you financially in a position to pay your cousin back the $20,000 that you borrowed?
No. So I've been making I'm trying not to cry. I've been making payments to her and I just appreciate her. I mean, like she could have went really left on me about this, but she didn't. She just said, I know you're good for it and I know you'll pay me back. And I'm paying her back. Sometimes I send her $250 and when I do better at work, I send her 500.
Well, Nina, do you feel like your relationship with hinges on money or
Well, that is good that her cousin isn't trying to knock her over the head about her money. So the cousin must be doing pretty well for themselves. Yeah, oh, that's a good part, I guess, about it. Because some people, ooh, not everybody is so kind. I'll say it like that.
We'll come to a conclusion today and let you know the truth about this man.
Okay.
So you sent over about what, 4 different phone numbers that Ryan had used throughout the duration of your relationship. Is that correct?
Right.
So the majority of the phone numbers that you sent were VoIP phone numbers. 3 of them are from the Chicago, Illinois area, and there is no information connecting to anybody that actually owns this phone numbers. So we're not able to verify who's behind these phone numbers.
Okay.
Me and you, we worked last night to create an IP tracker.
Right.
It's pretty impressive, I would say, that the IP tracker was clicked on over 30 times. But what I wanted to tell you is that the IP tracker, the majority of the locations that I found from the results were in Chicago, Illinois. Through the VoIP phone number that was used to message you, it was set up through a TextNow server. And so it was passing through that server. So it's not reflective of the actual IP address from the person using the phone. So this person is really masking their location.
So it doesn't sound like this person wants you to know who they truly are at this point.
I can believe that.
You don't seem surprised by that.
I'm not.
Well, let's talk about the shipping company.
Okay.
I would say that the shipping company is extremely suspicious in the fact that when I pulled a who is on the website, I found no information at all. It actually says that the website is available for purchase, which tells me that nobody owns this website. But I
Yeah.
used something called the Wayback Machine and I entered the website information. I found that this website was actually created and available specifically December 14th, 2023 and August 31st, 2024. It's very suspicious for a shipping company or courier service to only be available 2 times in the last 3 years. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, let's talk about the anti-terrorism certificate. And what was the reason why the shipping company had sent you this?
Well, because I was supposed to have that in order to receive the money um, from Dubai to prove that I was not that I wasn't a terrorist, excuse me, or that I wasn't money laundering.
Just so you know, I ran this image through our reverse image search on socialcatfish.com and I found a match.
Wow.
Notice the similarities, the differences.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Basically, this is a certificate of achievement template, and they created the anti-terrorism certificate and shared that with you.
I mean, am I off or is this pretty elaborate?
Pig butchering scams, and this is
It's really not that damn elaborate. I mean, anybody can make a certificate. I mean, Photoshop, Canva, Adobe. Like, no, it's not that elaborate. Anybody can use a VPN so you won't find out where they're living at. It's just crazy. This is just
Certificate would not be because you're about to receive some sort of cash, funds, gold bars. This is not the purpose of the certificate.
That's pretty messed up because I was looking online back then for like how much they cost because remember there was a fee for this certificate.
Yeah, I mean, purchasing gold overseas is not, it's not impossible, but the way that they're requesting you to do it is extremely suspicious and it's fraud.
I mean, it was very believable. It was some guy who looked like he could have been in Dubai that was packing this up and sending it to me from Dubai to Turkey to Mexico to Dallas and it's just a whole bunch of BS.
The fake shipping company, the fake banking site, the fake certificate. It's safe to say at this point, Nina, your family member is not behind this profile.
Well, that's good to know.
what family member were you thinking was behind it? I'm just wondering. I was just curious.
There's this distant cousin that kind of came after me behind a guy that we both ended up dating. And I don't know, I was starting to feel like maybe this was a woman that was doing this to me, or somebody that was angry with me or hated me, because I just couldn't imagine why anyone would do this to anybody. So that's why I thought it may have been personal.
We realistically don't know who's scamming you, unfortunately.
No.
And it could be in America, it could be overseas. The fact of the matter is that they were trying to get you to send even more money. What is it to somebody to say, hey, uncle or cousin or brother, do this quick little voice note for me so I can send it over and we can get, $50,000 more from this lady,
Exactly.
Hmm.
When you texted me screenshots of the crypto, there's some huge transactions. What was going on there? There's like $90,000. What was all that?
Oh, that was a wire that appeared in my account that he sent to me. That didn't have anything to do with the with anything else. It was like, oh, I've been restricted and I need to send you this money, and I need you to send it to my cousin.
People gonna be knocking at your door, letting him transfer them fake checks and all of that, scamming money through your account. That's crazy. And it's like if oh my goodness, it's like they don't. If somebody has $90,000 to transfer and put in your account to do whatever with, why would they be asking you for money? Make it make sense. It just don't make no sense.
So the bank is going after you for that.
I'm sure they are.
Just so you know, this whole thing is a scam, right? So he's having you send and receive money to other people you don't know. It's not a good situation for you.
No, it's not.
Has he ever sent you money for yourself?
No, not really. No. And that's why I didn't understand. I'm like, if you have all this money, because there are.
Wait,
So
wait, hold
yeah,
on,
just going back.
hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
Nina, you
go back.
said not really no.
Well, okay, so
Oh,
no, he didn't send me any money for
okay,
me like that. He really didn't.
okay.
I really feel played now. Like, he never sent me any money. Be like, okay, here's money for you to pay your bills.
Do you know the name of the person that money was sent to?
It was, yeah, it was. I wrote her name down and it went to a Bank of America account.
No, because if you think I would be your money mule and you're gonna be using me to transfer and send and whatever and whatnot, and you think I'm not gonna get a cut? Oh, you got the game all wrong, honey.
If we can try to connect with her.
Nina, it's very important that you give Brienne all the details. Most of the time that you've been communicating with her, was about the $30,000. But I mean, you lost $90,000. The bank's gonna come after you for that. So it's important, for you to send that stuff over to Brienne so we can maybe get in contact with the person to try to even maybe recover it. But if we don't have that information, we can't put up a fight for you.
Okay. It's just so much. I'm just so overwhelmed. And this has been just one thing after another.
Yeah.
And when I started going through my emails last night, I started seeing a lot of this stuff and remembering it and sending it to you.
That $90,000 is probably the most important detail of the whole thing. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
I don't know if the banks reached back out to you about that, but you might have to pay
Well,
that
they
back.
didn't. They closed her account and they're probably going to tack it on to you.
Right.
Yeah, you need to freeze your credit. This person already filed taxes with your social security number. They've attempted twice, so you should definitely block all the numbers, all the communication for this person. You need to report it to your local law enforcement, and it's time to also report it with the FBI as well.
This is so much. This is so overwhelming.
But it's repairable. Like everything, everything is reversible. Like we just have to put in the right things in place and file those reports and obviously it's an expensive lesson.
Okay.
We'll research the rest of the stuff. You have a lot to do, but I believe in you, Nina. I know you can do it. Just spend some time looking through
A very, very expensive lesson. This is crazy. So we didn't really get no closure because we don't know who did it.
In the meantime, we also wanted to provide final closure on who she believed to be in a relationship with. So we contacted the real Ryan Henry, who joined us on a video call.
Ryan, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Most of the people that come on have been scammed. You're coming on because your image has been used to scam other people.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
That's pretty wild. I've been curious about what type of stories you have to tell us, and you saying that this happens all the time. But before we get into that, David popped up a picture of Nina just to confirm you've never seen this person before.
No.
Okay. She was talking to a person online using your pictures.
I might have seen that one. I think she was talking about being suicidal, so that makes me like rush to the thing, like, hey, like, hey, what are you talking about? This is me. So I don't know if I answered that one back, but I can't. I don't recognize her face. I don't know her from anything. I try to chime in and help out when I can because I have so many people that come through, and it's either family members of people who've been victimized or people themselves. So whenever I can, I try to jump in and chime in, and it works sometimes it doesn't. So anytime I get a chance to try to help those people out, I can.
When did this first start happening to you? I mean, you said that people use your images all the time. Like, when was the first time?
It's been about a little over 10 years in the making. I first started my reality show back in 2015. So from then, just being put out to the public and to the world, what comes along with that is, the deception of, other people, using your likeness. And I try to stop those people in the track because I've seen it go so far as, for one, the relationship thing, and people thinking that they're in a relationship with you, but then I trade the stock market and I trade currencies and commodities. And in the current market now, it's so easy to dupe somebody with. If they've ever heard me speak about it before, then it's easy to get somebody to say, hey, come invest with me and then send this money here. And then they thinking it's somebody that they end up trusting, and they send the money. And I've had people come to me. I've had people say they were going to sue me civilly for the money that they haven't gotten back yet,
Oh
that I've never
boy.
even heard of. And we talk about tens of thousands. I've seen someone come in my inbox and tell me like, hey, that Vanguard account that had $180,000 in it is not accessible no more. It's gone. Like, can you let me know what's going on? I'm like, you know, what?
Like your period, you can't fast forward this ad, but you can speed up absorption. Now 3 times faster with Always Ultra Thin.
What? There's one woman in the situation that she said she been talking to me since 2020, and um and I'm like, yo, I've never talked to you before. Like, I don't know what you mean. And she said, Ryan, what are you talking about? Like, you even tattooed me before. And she showed me the tattoo, and I tattooed this woman. She was in Chicago, but during this interaction of us tattooing, I guess the lead up that the person that she was talking to, all the way up into the lead up, they're phoning her to be like, hey, when you come around and when you come to the shop, I gotta act like I don't know you because of
Whoa.
my platform and my people around. So I don't want nobody to know about our personal relationship. So when I act like I don't know you like that, don't take it personal. After, when she goes back and talks to that guy, and he's like, yeah, so I'm sorry I had to act like that. But yeah, now back to regular schedule program. And this woman got a tattoo from
No, that is crazy. They was slick. That's crazy.
can't say at that point like, yo, I've never seen you before, I
Yeah,
never met
yeah.
you. When you know this was the person who came and actually was a client of mine, and I didn't know anything about it.
We deal with celebrities all the time, and like, they usually do one or two things, right? Don't respond at all, right? Because like, how do you be accountable for all these people that think they're talking to you, or they try to respond to as many people as possible? So you responding to these people and them not listening to you, like, how does that feel? Like, is that just frustrating, defeating, or?
It's I mean, it's a little frustrating, but I also know that with tech now and how people try to use it, against others. Like, I mean, that's damaging. You know what I mean? It's damaging to the people. It's damaging to their environment. When it first started happening, I had people reaching out to me on Facebook, and they're like, "Yo, I know you. Like, yeah, you're dating my friend." I'm like, "No, I'm not." They're like, "Yes, you are. You dating my coworkers." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "You know, do I have a split personality? Am I tripping?" You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because but they're going and however they're receiving that issue, and we talking about like if I go on live, these people come onto my live, see everybody who comments, screen records it, and then goes to about 200 of those people that are commenting and DM all of them and say, "Thanks for being a special fan of mine. I see you supporting me. This is where I talk to my people on my personal page, and you're so beautiful. I just wanted to tell you that." And then it starts from there. And they'll DM 200 people, and if they get one response, it's a
Yeah.
go.
Right.
Some of the family members are like, "I know you're not dating her." You know what I mean? But she won't not believe it, and she's
Wow.
sending this money and this and that. So it's just at any turn you can help, then you can. Even if you only help one out of 1,000, it works.
For anybody who's watching this that like thinks they're talking to you, like, what do you want to tell them?
I mean, I'm down to always speak to them and let them know. You know what I mean? For one, the world is a cruel place, and I'm down to always, meet and greet and, interact with any of my supporters. And if anybody ever felt like they were being, duped or fooled by someone else or that they would think to be me, then, you know, I'm sad that they let people buy badges on Instagram now, but like I had a blue check to show that, it's not to show that, hey, you're a celebrity, it's to show that, hey, this is actually me. So, at least by default, go back to, my official page. I don't have any private pages that I want to talk to people on. And, I'm willing to explain it and let them know and get ahead.
Let's end like if you could leave just a message for Nina.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to her. Truly sorry that happened to her. I wish I could have chimed in and, stopped her from being fool that she was. And, I wish I could have saved her from, that financial hardship, but more so the mental and emotional stress that it put on her, because I mean, I'm there for all my people, and I wouldn't want nobody to, for one, have gotten done that way, but also just be feeling that way because of, thinking that it's me that's got you feeling that way. So, um, but she can definitely reach out to me, and I can, like I said, I want to try to chime in on my own so she can know for certain because you got to have some closure to that.
You're the man. Thank you
All
so
right.
much
Thank
for
you so
jumping
No
on.
much.
problem.
We'll
No
keep in
problem.
touch, but talk to you
Nice
later.
meeting you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay, that was crazy. Well, I mean, I guess that was closure. Kinda. But I mean, you can't get your money back. You can't get the time that you spent back. So is it really closure? I don't know. But that's it for this reaction live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate everyone that came by and chatted up. So yeah, let me know if you like this and you want more reaction lives like this. Either this subject or any other type of video you want me to react on, I will definitely do it. Let me know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, please, if you have not already, subscribe if you want. If you like the content, please hit that like and share me out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this live. I'll be back later on with some more stuff. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you later.